Pretty massive movie update for today. I have 4 VHS tapes, over 26 different DVDs, 17 Blu-rays, 1 HD DVD, and 1 4K. Not going to do a lot of talking in this video, because there's a lot to show. So yeah. I did open this on Super Écran. Artisan Entertainment movie released on video by Alliance Atlantis here in Canada. 3 out of 5. This movie I have on DVD, but this VHS I actually found in a garbage dump. Case was a little dirty, but the tape was completely pristine and in great condition. Tan lid. These last 2 tapes I got from a church bazaar not too long ago. US release from Miramax Home Entertainment. Coming out Mirage Productions and Bonafide Productions. Black Reels. May 27, 2004. This one's actually an earlier pressing because this tape was originally released in June 2004. That one's an earlier printing. And here's the last VHS. This one I have on DVD, but this tape was only $1, and this is an extremely, extremely rare tape, so that's why I got it. This one I could not pass up. Again, Black Reels. December 14, 2005. So this is now my first 2005 VHS I have in my collection. And now into the DVDs, which there are a ton here. These first 3 are TV show sets. And these first 2 are the first 2 seasons of home movies, which these are both from Shout Factory. This season originally aired from, I think, 1999 to 2000 and aired on UPN, which this network would later cancel this show due to low ratings, though Cartoon Network would later acquire this show, and this would air for an additional 3 seasons. Alright, and here's the second season. Which this aired in 2001, I believe. This season. This aired on Cartoon Network. And this show has gotten a cult following, as many of the people involved with this show have later gone on to do bigger projects, with one of the creators of this show moving on to create Bob's Burgers. Technically, this one's a spoiler because the movie that's being parodied in this artwork I did get, which I will show a little bit later. This is pretty cool right here. This one's the 6th season of The Simpsons. This one I'm not going to bother showing because there's tons of inserts inside, and showing the discs are going to take fucking forever, so yeah. And now onto the regular cases. Director's Cut. New Line Cinema movie released on DVD by Alliance Atlantis here in Canada. I do know this got a 4K from Arrow Video not too long ago. The first season of Spartacus Blood and Sand originally aired on Stars in the US, and this aired in Canada on the Movie Network. Rated R in Canada. One of few TV shows that's rated R in Canada. On the Movie Network, this was rated R in Canada for graphic violence, coarse language, and nudity. French movie from Europa Corp, released in the US by Magnolia Pictures and released on DVD by Alliance Atlantis here in Canada. TV movie which aired on Comedy Central. My third or fourth Anchor Bay DVD. Weinstein Company movie, released on DVD by Alliance Atlantis here in Canada. This movie currently does not have a Blu-ray release, so that's why I got this. And I'm not going to bother getting Dougal since I hear that movie's a piece of shit. My second Kino Lorber DVD. This show aired in the US on Sundance TV. Russian movie from Central Partnership, released in the US by the Weinstein Company and released on DVD by Alliance here in Canada. Freestyle releasing movie called Lindell Entertainment and Alliance, released on DVD by 20th Century Fox Summer Entertainment. Lindell Entertainment is now called LD Entertainment, and this movie is directed by Mickey Lindell, who is the founder of that company. Former rental from Redbox. Weinstein Company movie, released on DVD by Alliance here in Canada. Originally rated NC-17 due to a scene containing... Not going to bother saying it. But later re-rated R on appeal. This right here is pretty cool. Miramax movie, released on DVD by Alliance Atlantis here in Canada. Comeo Jersey Films. I did open to this on Rewind. Movie I have never heard of, but it looked kind of interesting. This was only $2. German movie from Imagination Worldwide LLC, released on DVD by Seville and Warner Home Video here in Canada. Movie I do want to check out. I do know that this is getting a sequel. Call Me a Lightstorm Entertainment. This one's 16 ans et plus pour violence et érotisme and rated R in Canada. This DVD's out of print and very hard to find, so pretty lucky to have this one. Yep, I did get this movie. This is yet another movie that's currently out of print and not available on Blu-ray. Regency Enterprises movie, released by 20th Century Fox. This one's 16 ans et plus pour langage vulgaire and 18A. Though in other provinces, this was R in Canada. Not the only terrible movie that I got in this update. Polygram Filmed Entertainment movie, Call Me a Working Title, is released on DVD by MGM. Says it's R in Canada, but this is actually rated PG in Canada. And in the US, this was only rated R for brief, strong language. So there's a rating error on this DVD. Originally released by TriStar Pictures, it was released on DVD by Alliance Atlantis here in Canada. This one's 16 ans et plus pour violence and 14A. This is the other terrible movie that I got in the collection. Revolution Studios movie, Call Me a City Light Films and Casey Silver Productions. It was released by Columbia Pictures. I've seen this movie on the CTV website since they do show free movies. There are free movies that you can watch on their website. This was a pretty terrible movie. That's another one that's currently not on Blu-ray. Rest in peace to both Robert Redford and James Gandolfini, who starred in this movie. I do know that this has a Kino Lorber 4K release. This DVD is pretty cool, and this one's also out of print. And this DVD contains the uncensored version of the Atari Porn episode, which has since been removed off of Cinemassacre's YouTube channel, though re-uploads of it do exist. And there is an edited version of that episode on the official Cinemassacre channel. Here's the last DVD that I bought. Franchise Pictures movie released on DVD by Lionsgate Home Entertainment, also rated R in Canada. This DVD is also out of print. Now on to the media that I have borrowed from the library, which there is not a whole lot since I didn't have enough time over at the library today. Paramount movie, Call Me a Domain Entertainment, Infrared Pictures, and Safe House Pictures. Movie I do want to check out. And now onto the Blu-rays, which these first 5 are the ones I got from the library. I've borrowed from the library. Shout Selects Blu-ray. Columbia Pictures movie released on Blu-ray by Shout Factory. These next 3 are Kino Lorber Studio Classics Blu-rays. This one I have on DVD, but I decided to borrow this on Blu-ray. Universal movie from 1990. Universal movie from 1957. Like Mo Better Blues, this one I also have on DVD, but decided to borrow this on Blu-ray since this is from Kino Lorber. Universal movie from 1991. This one's 13 ans et plus and R in Canada. Originally released by A24, but was released on Blu-ray by Elevation Pictures here in Canada. This one's 13 ans et plus pour erotisme and 18A. And now onto the Blu-rays which I have acquired within the last couple of weeks. This one's a former rental from a library in Montreal. Unspecified one, that is. This one's a partial upgrade from my DVD, but I'm still going to keep the DVD of this because it's the unrated cut of the film. This one just has the theatrical cut. Artisan Entertainment movie, Call Me 1,000 Words. It was released on Blu-ray by Alliance here in Canada. This one's 16 ans et plus and R in Canada. This is now my second movie that I have in the collection that's R in Canada for explicit sexual content. The other one being Antichrist. Tony Scott's final movie, which may he rest in peace, Call Me Scott Free. I did the opening to this on CTV. Columbia Pictures movie, Call Me a Gary Sanchez Productions and Mosaic. This Blu-ray, I believe, has a PS3 theme on it. Comes with this ad. Former rental from Videotron. I do know that this movie is supposed to be pretty offensive, but I do like Sacha Baron Cohen, so I figure I'd go and pick this up. Paramount movie, Call Me a 4x2 films. This one's 16 ans et plus pour langage vulgaire and 14A, which is pretty interesting in my opinion. Lionsgate movie Call Me a Paramount Vantage and the CW Productions, released on Blu-ray by Maple Pictures here in Canada. Actually put the Blu-ray there. Comes with a digital copy disc, which I will keep. I see a lot of people throwing those out in this community. This one's the unrated cut. Made with WWE Films, which I believe this was the first movie to be released by that company. These next two are Mill Creek Entertainment Blu-rays, and my first ones in my collection. 1988 Columbia Pictures movie. 1992 or 1991 Touchstone Pictures movie. And these next two are Dimension Extreme releases. Dimension Films movie released on DVD by Alliance here in Canada. Released on Blu-ray by Alliance here in Canada. Excuse me. Interestingly enough, Wes Craven, Matt Damon, and Ben Affleck were executive producers on this movie. This one's the unrated cut. And this is the US release from Vivendi Entertainment. Released by Alliance here in Canada. Dimension Films movie Call Me a Malouf Motion Pictures and Live Planet. This one, Saison et plus pour violence et l'horreur and 18A. My second Severin Films Blu-ray, the other one being Birdemic Shock and Terror. And this is a movie that I do want to check out. Not on the US, but Turkey. This movie is released in the US by IFC Films under the IFC Midnight label. Released on Blu-ray by Severin Films. This one, Saison et plus pour violence et l'horreur on the MCC website. Though this does not have a Canadian rating. This next Blu-ray, and the final one that I have for this update, is the one I got from Walmart earlier today. This one I saw in theaters back on the day of its release, which was July 31st, 2025. Fantastic movie. This one needs a rewatch. Neon movie Call Me a 30 West, Picture Start and Tango Entertainment, also with Vic Screen and Princess Pictures. Released on Blu-ray by Elevation Pictures here in Canada. Not only US, but Australia. And now onto the one HD DVD. This is now my second HD DVD I have in the collection. The other one being 300, which that's from Warner Brothers, while this one's from Universal. Call Me a Shady Acres and Happy Madison Productions. And here's the one 4K and the last piece of media for this update. Only $5, which is a complete steal. My first set of Digim 4K, and this is the second release from that company that I have in my collection, as they're now called Cineverse. The other one I have being Terrifier 3, which is the Blu-ray release of that movie. Case for this one's slightly damaged, but the discs should still play fine.